As the University of Maryland gets set to welcome students back for in-person learning later this month, on Wednesday, police say a school shuttle bus became the site of alleged violence. A driver denying 3 teenagers entry for not wearing personal protective masks. Moments after pulling away from the stop along Berwyn House Road, the driver described in a letter to university staff provided to WUSA 9 by his union, hearing a loud crash and discovering a window broken before seeing the 3 teens run away. In the letter, the driver expressed concerns for not being able to enforce mask wearing.
It's not just the safety of the driver, too. It's the safety of the other passengers that are on that bus, right? And if somebody has the COVID, you don't know if they're symptomatic and if they're spreading the disease to other people on the bus.
In a statement sent to WUSA 9 on Saturday, the University of Maryland noted how drivers can forego a stop if they feel unsafe, and adding that includes situations at the bus where people are not wearing masks. Moving forward, the union hopes to hold more discussions with the school so drivers can feel safer on campus buses.
You have people that are they're rebellious and they don't want to follow the rules and not wear the mask. And we need to have those procedures in place on how to handle that.
Tom Dempsey, WUSA 9.